12th October 2021 Morning Murli Om Shanti BapDada Madhavan. Sweet children became Mahavirs instead of fighting the storms of Maya, remain unshakable and immovable. Question: why did Brahma Baba not get upset even though so much upheaval appeared in front of him? Answer: because Baba had the intoxication of claiming his inheritance from the father. Everything is happening exactly as it did in the previous cycle. It is nothing new. It was the father who received the most insults. They even insult Krishna. So, what if I have to take insults? The world knows nothing about our matters, and so they will definitely insult me. Therefore, he didn't get upset about anything. Follow the Father in the same way. Song: no one is as unique as the innocent Lord. Om Shanti. The song was composed by those on the path of devotion. Neither are songs sung on the path of knowledge, nor should songs be composed here. There is no need for them because it is remembered that you receive your inheritance of liberation in life in a second from the Father. There is no question of songs, etc., in that. You know you are receiving the unlimited inheritance from the unlimited Father. The systems and customs of the path of devotion cannot continue here. The poetry, etc., that children write is for reciting to others. But even that cannot be understood by them until you explain it personally. You children have now found the Father, and so the mercury of your happiness should rise. The Father has given you the knowledge of the cycle of 84 births. You should have the happiness that you have now become spinners of the discus of self-realization. You are becoming the masters of the land of Vishnu through the Father. Those whose intellects have faith become victorious. Those who have faith will definitely go to the golden age. Therefore, you children should always remain happy. Follow the Father. You children know that this one has had to face a lot of upheaval even since the incorporeal Father entered him. There were fights between brothers in the cities and throughout the whole of Sindh. As soon as his children grew up, people wanted him to marry them off quickly. They asked, how can anything continue without getting married? He never used to miss studying the Gita. When he found out that the god of the Gita is God Shiv, he stopped studying the Gita. He then had the intoxication of becoming the masters of the world. These are the versions of God Shiv, and so he stopped studying that Gita. Then there was also great upheaval over purity. There were so many brothers, uncles, etc. One has to be courageous about this. You are Mahavirs and Mahavirnis, means male and female great warriors. You are not concerned about anyone but the one. A male is a creator. The creator becomes pure himself, and so he also has to make his creation pure. How could a pure swan and an impure stork live together? The creator would immediately order his creation to follow his directions or leave. You know that Baba's daughter was married. When she received knowledge, she said, wonderful, my father is telling me to become pure, and so why would I not do that? She told her husband that she would not give poison. There was a lot of fighting for many over this aspect. Many daughters came from grand families. They weren't concerned about anyone else. Those who don't have it in their fortune cannot understand this. If you want to remain pure, then do so. Otherwise, go and make your own arrangements. One has to have so much courage. The father had to face so much upheaval. Did you ever see Baba become upset? There were stories in the papers as far away as America. It was nothing new. This happened exactly as it did in the previous cycle. There is nothing to be afraid of in this. We have to claim our inheritance from the Father. We have to save our own creation. The Father knows that the whole of creation is impure at this time. I alone have to purify everyone. It is to the Father that everyone says, "Oh, purifier, liberator, come." So he has mercy. He is the merciful one. The Father explains, "Children, don't be afraid of anything. You will not be able to claim such a high status by being afraid. It is innocent mothers who are assaulted." This has been symbolized in the Mahabharata scriptures. They tried to strip Draupadi. The Father is now saving you from being stripped for 21 births. The world doesn't know these things. I alone am the bestower of salvation for all. How could I come and grant salvation unless people were in degradation? The world has to become impure and tamapradhan. Everything definitely becomes old from new. You definitely have to leave your old home. The golden age is the new world and the iron age is the old world. It cannot remain new all the time. You children know the cycle of the world continues to turn. The deity kingdom is being established once again. The Father says, "I am once again speaking the knowledge of the Gita to you." There is sorrow here in the kingdom of Ravan. No one knows or understands what the kingdom of Ram is. The Father says, "I have come to establish heaven, the kingdom of Ram." Your children have won and lost the kingdom many times. This is in the intellects of all of you. You live in the golden age for 21 births. It is called 21 generations. It means that you shed your bodies when you are old. There is never untimely death. It is as though you have now become Trikaladarshi. You now know that you were performing devotion for birth after birth. Look how much splendor there is in the kingdom of Ravan. This is the splendor of the final time. There will be the kingdom of Ram in the golden age. All of those Vimans, etc., existed there, and then they all disappeared. All of those things have now emerged again. They are now learning everything. Those who are learning these things will carry those sanskars with them, and they will then go there and build those Vimans. They will give you happiness in the future. Even the people of Bharat can build those Vimans, etc. They are nothing new. People are clever. The science will be useful to you later on. Science is now causing sorrow, whereas it will give you happiness there. There, everything will be new. The new world is now being established. The Father is establishing the kingdom of the new world, so you children have to become Mahavirs. No one in the world knows that God has come. The Father says, while leaving at home, remain as pure as a lotus. There is nothing to be afraid of. Perhaps at the most they will insult you. Thus one was also insulted a great deal. They have also shown Krishna being insulted to a great deal. However, Krishna cannot be insulted. It is in the Iron Age that one gets insulted. After a cycle, you will have exactly the same forms you have now. Those same forms cannot exist at any time in between. Your features continue to change birth after birth for 24 births. No soul can receive the same features. You continue to go through the stages of Sato, Rajo and Tamo, and your features continue to change. This drama is predestined. You will have the same features as the features you have had in every one of the 84 births. You now know that their features will change in their next birth and they will become Lakshmi and Narayan. The locks on your intellects have now opened. This is something new. Baba is new and the knowledge is new. No one is able to understand those things very quickly. It is only when they have it in their fortune that they are able to understand. Mahavirs are never afraid of storms. That stage will be at the end. This is why it is remembered that if you want to know about supersensuous joy, ask the gopis and gopis. The Father has come to make your children worthy of heaven. Hell has to be destroyed like it was in the previous cycle. In the golden age, there will be only one religion. They want there to be oneness. There should be one religion. They don't know that the kingdom of Ram is separate from the kingdom of Ravan. There cannot be birth here without vice. They are all impure, dirty clothes. If you have faith in the Father, you have to follow Srimad fully. Each one's pulse is felt and advice is also given accordingly. Baba told his children that if they wanted to get married, they could do so by themselves. There are many friends and relatives who would get them married. Each one's pulse is felt. Some ask, Baba, I am in this situation. I want to remain pure, but my relatives want to throw me out of the house. What should I do now? You are asking about wanting to remain pure. If you are unable to remain pure, go and get married. Okay, for instance, if someone is engaged, you have to please them. When a couple get married, the bride is told that her husband is her guru. Okay, at that time, get it in writing. Do you believe me to be your guru and your God? Okay, I am now ordering you to become pure. Courage is needed. The destination is very high. You have to show everyone how the two of you can live together. The attainment is very great. Fire is created when you are unaware of the attainment you receive. The Father says you receive such a great attainment. Therefore, remain pure for one birth. It is not a big thing. I, your husband, am your God. You will have to remain pure according to my orders. The Father shows you many methods. It is the system in Bharat that a bride is told that her husband is her God, that she has to obey his orders and she has to massage his feet. This is because they believe that Lakshmi massaged the feet of Narayan. Where did that habit emerge from? From the false pictures. Such things do not exist in the golden age. Does Narayan ever become tired that Lakshmi would have to massage his feet? There is no question of tiredness there. That would be a matter of sorrow. How could there be sorrow there? They have written so many false things. Baba had this interest from childhood, and that was why he used to perform devotion. Baba used to tell you children very good methods. When some children were troubled by relatives, Baba would ask them to get married. Once the wife belongs to you, no one can say anything. You can live together and stay pure as companions. Abroad, when they became old, they take a companion to be looked after by them. They have civil marriages where they don't indulge in vice. You know that you are now children of the one Father, and so you are brothers and sisters. You are claiming your inheritance from the grandfather. You call out to the Father to come into the impure world. O purifier, O Ram of Sita. People chant Ram's name, but they don't remember Sita at that time. Lakshmi is greater than Sita. However, they are remembering the one Father. They know Lakshmi and Narayan, but no one knows shivbaba. A soul is a point, and the Father of souls is also a point. That soul has all the knowledge. He is called the ocean of knowledge. You souls also became oceans of knowledge. The ocean of knowledge sits here and explains to you. Souls are living beings. You souls are becoming oceans of knowledge. You have the knowledge of the beginning, the middle, and the end of the whole world. You sweet children should have courage. We have to follow Baba's Srimad. The unlimited Father is making your children into the masters of heaven. Therefore, the Father says you have to keep your creation in your hands. If your son doesn't obey you, then that son is not your son. He is disobedient. If the son is obedient and follows all orders, he can claim a right to the inheritance. The unlimited Father says, if you follow my Srimad, you become elevated. Otherwise, you will become part of the subjects. The Father has come to change you from ordinary humans into Narayan. This is the true story of the true Narayan. You have come here to attain a kingdom. Mama and Baba became the queen and king, and so you should also have courage. The Father definitely makes others equal to himself. Don't be happy with just becoming subjects. Make effort to claim your full inheritance from the Father and completely surrender yourself. When you make him your heir, he will give you an inheritance for 21 births. The Father surrenders himself to your children. Children say, Baba, this body, mind and wealth are yours. You are the father and also the child. You are the mother and you are the father. The praise of the one Father is so great. No one in the world knows these things. Everything refers to Bharat. Your children know this is the same war of 5,000 years ago. Heaven is now being established. Your children should always remain happy. God has adopted you, and so you should have that happiness. The Father is now decorating your children. He is also teaching you. He is the unlimited Father, the ocean of knowledge. He is explaining the secrets of the beginning, the middle, and the end of the whole world to you. Those who don't know the Father are atheists. You know the Father and creation, and so you are theist. Are Lakshmi and Narayan atheist or theist? What would you say? You yourself say that no one remembers God in the golden age. There is happiness there, and so they don't remember God at the time of happiness because they don't know God at that time. You become theist and receive your inheritance at this time. Then you won't remember him there. People here remember him, but they don't know him, and so they are atheist. They neither know him nor remember him. They are unaware that they received their inheritance from shivbaba, but they cannot be called atheist because they are pure. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, BapDada. The spiritual father says, Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children says, Namaste and good morning to the spiritual father. Essence for the dharana. First point, have full courage to follow Srimad. Don't become afraid or upset about anything. Second point, keep your creation in your hands. Save them from vice. Advise them to become pure. Blessing. May you be a conqueror of attachment and use your body for godly service, considering it to be a valuable property entrusted to you. Explanation. When you are given something valuable to look after, you do not consider it to be yours and you do not have attachment to it. That body too is entrusted to you for godly service. The spiritual father has entrusted it to you, and so you will definitely remember the spiritual father. By considering it to be entrusted to you, there will be spirituality and you won't have any attachment of it being yours. This is an easy way to be a constant yogi and become a conqueror of attachment. So, now reveal your stage of spirituality. Slogan. In order to go into the stage of retirement, underline purity in your vision and attitude. Om Shanti